Okay. Inshallah, next week you are going to do this experiment 2, uniformly accelerated motion, and you have all the 10 experiments right now in your blackboard. I already uploaded in the last week. So please, I told you already, get a separate folder, print all the experiments and put it in the folder. Whenever you come for the lab, please always hold that folder. Clear? So inshallah, by next week, you are going to do this experiment, uniformly accelerated motion. So if you just see this experiment, the teacher will give the explanation once inshallah when you come for the class on next week, and then the teacher will help you how to fill the table. Generally, in these experiments, you have 2 tables. What are the tables you have? You have table 1 and you have the table 2. And the table 1 tells you something about, if you just see the picture, you can see here what we have. What we have here. Open your mic and tell the answer and then turn off your mic. What is this?
Theta.
Theta. That means first table of this experiment will gives you the clear picture how to calculate the theta. Generally in the exam time, the teacher will give the theta value. This time also I am going to give the theta value. So don't worry about the first table, the theta value given by the teacher, but don't worry, inshallah, I will teach you how we got this value. Understand? So for today, I am going to give the theta value. So the theta value I am going to consider as 5.73 degree. Inshallah, when you come for next week, I will teach you how we got these things. But in the class time, you no need to write the value on the first table. The first table is used only for getting the theta value for different length. So if you just fix the length, height 1, h2 you have to measure, and that information is already clearly given in the picture. So h2 is the maximum value, h1 is the smallest value. With the help of this h1, h2 and the length, you will get the value of theta. So for the time being, I will give the theta value as 5.73. Clear? Clear?
Yes. What about the first experiment?
First experiment, inshallah, you will do it on 4th week. I told you already, we are running the parallel lab. So inshallah, in the coming week, you will do the second experiment, and inshallah, by 4th week, you will do the first experiment. So don't worry, you will not miss any experiments. Clear?
Okay.
Clear, brother? Okay. So first table is used to measure. We have to calculate the theta value, and the theta value I will just give now. So our theta value is considered as 5.73. I think it is 5. It is not. It's 5.73. Let's come for the second table, and here in the right hand side I attach the graph sheet, how to draw the graph, and the left hand side, first of all, we have to record this value. So this information, the value what you are going to record here, you are going to do from our lab classes. So for the time being, I just gave some value. You are going to calculate with your calculator for getting the answer. If you just take the print of the second experiment from the blackboard, if you just see this table, only this information will be given in your paper. Am I right? Only x2 value will be given, remaining all are empty. You have to measure. Am I right or not?
Yeah.
Okay, so first thing, you have to measure the x1. Once you measure the x1, you have to fix this x2. Inshallah, I will teach you how to fix these things in the next class. But for the time being, I need a small calculation. You have to tell the calculation, and for that calculation, I am going to teach you how to draw the graph. Okay, now let's come for the graph. Let's come for the table. What are the things given in the table? In the table, they give the value of x2. They give the value of x2 minus x1. They give the value of time and then time square. So first thing in the lab classes, when you just start your experiment, the most important thing, you have to find what is x1. So I will teach you inshallah next week. So for the time being, I will take the x1 value as 13.5 centimeter. And this x2 value is already given in your paper. There are different positions of x2. So what are the position? 40, so 60, 70, 80, 90, something up to 150 values given. Now, if you see the second column of the table, it is mentioned as x2 minus x1. What is x2 minus x1, brother? What is the meaning for x2 minus x1? It is delta x. Am I right?
Yes.
So what is delta x? I think in second chapter, if your teacher started the second chapter of physics 1, you will know the clear picture about displacement. So the displacement is nothing but your x2 minus x1. Clear? So x2 minus x1 is nothing but the change in position. So how many positions we have? If you just see the table, we have the position x1 and we have the position x2. So now for calculating this x2 minus x1, you have 60 as x2, you have 13.5 as x1. Now could you please subtract this value, 60 minus 13.5? What you will get? If you
46.5.
Very good, 46.5. So you have to use your calculator and then find the value. Now the corresponding position, for this corresponding position, when you are just doing with apparatus, the timer box gives you the value of this value. But for the time being, I gave this value. Actually, you will get this value from the timer box. Timer box I show you inshallah next week. From the timer box, you will get the value of time for the concerned position. What is our first position? Our first position is 60. For this 60, the timer box will calculate the time. Then you have to see that value from the timer box and you have to write it here. For the time being, I gave the value of your time is given as 0.82. Okay, we got the time as 0.82. If you squaring this time, what you will get? So you have to squaring this value. If you squaring 0.82, what you will get?
0.67.
Could you please tell? Could you this 4-digit? 0.67.
24.
24. Am I right? So here we have 4-digit. I told you already, when you are just going to draw the graph, only 2-digit is enough. So in such a case, you have to see the third digit. If the third digit is 5 and more than 5, you have to round the previous digit. What is our third digit here?
2.
2. That means it's 5. Am I right? So no need to round the previous number. So I can just write this as 0.67. Clear? Very good. Now,
Yes.
likewise, let's we come for 70. 70 minus 13.5. That means 70 is my x2, 13.5 is my x1. If you subtract, what you will get? 56.5.
5.
Am I right? Guys, if you just squaring this 0.91, you will get 0.81. Am I right?
Yes.
81 is already digit, so I can just write as it is. Now, let's we come for the third one. This becomes 80 minus 13.5. This becomes 66.5. When you're squaring this one, you get 1.00. Am I right? When you're squaring 1 square, what is the value of 1 square? 1 square is nothing but 1. So likewise, 90 minus 13.5 gives you 76.5, and when you just squaring this 1.09, what should be the value? Could you please tell me what's the value for 1.09 square?
1.1881.
1.1881. Now you have to see the third digit. What is our third digit, brother? Our third digit is greater than 5. So you have to round the previous number. So if you just round the previous number, you will get
19.
1.19. Clear? Likewise, 100 minus 13.5, this becomes 86.5. And for this, if you squaring this 1.16, you will get 1.3456. Am I right?
Yes.
Okay, see the third digit is 5, so I can just round out the second digit. So in such a case, this becomes 1.35. Am I right? Clear. Okay. Likewise, 100 minus 13.5 will gives you 96.5. When you're squaring this number, you will get 1.24. Am I right? If you just squaring this number, this becomes 1.5376. Am I right?
Yes.
So if you just rounded this number, 1.54, because our third is 7, so I have to round at the previous number. So likewise, 120 minus 13.5 will give you 106.5, and then if you're squaring this number, you will get 1.6641. So our third digit is less than 5, so I can just write only 1.66. Clear?
Yes.
Likewise, when you just come for 130, 130 minus 13.5 gives you 116.5. When you just squaring this number, you will get 1.34. Am I right? 1.34. When you just squaring, this becomes 1.7956. Am I right?
Yes.
So when you just rounded the, because our third digit is 5, so we have to round the previous number. So you will get 1.80. Am I right?
Yes.
Yeah.
So 140 minus 13.5 will gives you 126.5. When you just squaring this 1.41, you will get 1.9881. Am I right? When you just rounded this number, you will get 1.99. Am I right?
Yes. Yes.
Yes.
So when you just come for the last value 150 minus 13.5 gives you 136.5.
6.5.
So when you just square, you will get 2.19. 2.19. What's the number? 0?
04.
Yes.
04. When you just rounded this number, because our third digit is less than 5, so I have to write 2.19. Clear?
Yes. Clear.
So once you just draw these things, we are going to draw the graph. So for drawing the graph, the first most important thing, you have to see the data analysis. We will give the information about the graph in this data analysis. What we give here, draw the graph of x2 minus x1 versus t square. I already told you, brother, if you just have x2 minus x1 versus t square means which one comes in your x-axis, which one comes in your y-axis. The first part always your y-axis, and the second part always x-axis. Clear?
Yes. It's clear.
Clear? So please, if you reverse the axis while you do the final exam, we will cut some mark. So you have to take your x-axis value and y-axis value perfectly. If you just interchange your x-axis and y-axis, then your data analysis will be wrong. So you should be very, very careful for choosing your y-axis. Always the first one will be your y-axis and the second one will be your x-axis. Now you can just see the table. You are going to draw the graph for x2 minus x1, which is your y-axis. In the table we have x2 minus x1. So all this value comes in your y-axis. Am I right?
Yes. Yes.
And t square, which will be your last column. So in here, this all will comes in your x-axis. Clear? Now, with the help of this value, I am going to draw the graph. The first thing, you can just see the graph on the right hand side. I just already draw the x-axis line and y-axis line. Am I right? So I use the pencil. So please, brother, before we start these things, you should be very, very careful. When you are about to draw the graph, you must use the pencil. You should not use your pen. If you are just drawing with a pen, the teacher will reduce some mark. So you should be very, very careful. When you are about to draw the graph, please use pencil. So by the time you made any mistake, you can erase it very clearly, easily. So easily you can correct your mistake. So please use pencil. Now, when you are about to take the graph, the most important thing, you have to draw the line for x-axis and y-axis, which is already drawn by myself in the graph. You can see the black color line. This is my x-axis. Am I right?
Yes.
My y-axis. This is my y-axis. And then second thing, what we are going to take in our x-axis, we took x2 minus x1, we took in the y-axis because that information is already given here. So this is my y-axis. So I have to write x2 minus x1, and the unit for x2 minus x1 here we take it as centimeter. So you have to write these two information. When you just draw the line for y-axis, you have to write what you are going to take it in your y-axis. In this experiment, you are going to take xy value as x2 minus x1. So I just write x2 minus x1. The unit for x2 minus x1, here we just write it as centimeter. Likewise, you can see your x-axis. X-axis we took our time square. The unit for time square is second square. So that information is written here. Understand?
Yes, clear.
Okay, now
Yes.
you can see the y-axis value. What value we started? It is starting from 46.5 to 136.5. Am I right? So the starting value is starting from 46.5 up to 136.5. When you are about to draw the graph, make your graph little bit bigger in size. Don't draw a small size graph. So here we have the graph sheet and our value is exactly starting from 46.5. So what I am going to do, I am going to take two boxes as 40. So I am going to take, this is my 40 value, and another two box 50, another two box 60, another two box 70, here 80. Why I just start from 40? Because 10, 20, 30, this value is not in our table. Am I right or not?
Yes, yes.
So no need to write that value, because if you just write that value, your graph will be, sometimes it will be different look. So better I can just take it from the first value as 40, 50, because my starting value is 46.5 in the table. So I just prefer to take 40. So taking the graph x-axis and y-axis, it's very, very important, and you have to follow the regular interval. I will teach you what is regular interval. So first of all, I just write up to 136. So here two boxes is 90, two boxes are 100, two boxes are 110, two boxes are 120, two boxes are 130, and two boxes are 140. Am I right? Now you can see our starting value is 46.5. So here in the graph, I start from 40. If you just see your table, if you just see all this value, we will exactly cover all this value in the y-axis. So starting from 40 up to 146, because 136.5 is below to 140. That's what we can just take it. Now, the most important thing, what is the interval between each 2 points? What is the interval between each point?
10,
What is the difference here?
10,
10. What is the difference here?
10.
So I just maintain my regular interval. So for my y-axis, what is my regular interval? For my y-axis, my regular interval is
10.
Am I right?
Yes.
For this regular interval, how many boxes I choose? How many boxes here we take?
2 box.
2 boxes. Brother, if you have the graph sheet in your hand, you can just have a look of 1 boxes. How many small boxes inside?
10.
In 1 box, how many boxes are there? Very good. 10 boxes. Am I right?
Yes, yes.
Okay,
Yes.
10 boxes, vertical 10 boxes, horizontally 10 boxes. So here we are talking about our y-axis. So vertically you have 10 boxes in one big box. Am I right?
Yes.
So here for this interval, for example, for this interval, we took 2 boxes. So in these 2 boxes, how many small boxes are there, brother? How many small boxes are there?
20.
So we took 2 for this interval. We took 2 big boxes. In these big boxes, how many small boxes are there?
20 boxes.
Very good. 20 small boxes are there. Understand? Likewise, let's we just go for our x-axis value. Just to see the table, what is our value of x-axis? Our x-axis value is starting from 0.67 and it is ending up to 2.19. Am I right?
Yes.
So what I am going to do, I am going to draw. So you have to draw the line with a pencil. So I am going to take again 2 boxes as 0.5 because I have to accommodate 0.5 and 2 boxes 0.5. So that means 1, 2 boxes 1.5, 2 boxes 2, 2 boxes 2.5. Am I right?
Yes.
Okay. Now you can see. Now you can see what is the interval. What is the interval between these two values in x-axis? What is the interval?
0.5.
0.5. Very good. So now you come for our y-axis. You have come for our x-axis. My x-axis, my regular interval is 0.5. Am I right?
Yes.
My regular interval is 0.5. And how many boxes we took for this? Two big boxes. Am I right?
Yes.
So in these two big boxes, how many small boxes are there?
20 small boxes.
Very good. 20 small boxes are there. So now you have a question. Why we have to calculate all these things? Brother, if you follow this method, drawing the value, drawing the graph, fixing the points on the graph, you will never face any wrong location. You will fix it at a proper, exact location. Understand? So it's very, very important. Now we have to find what is the difference for y-axis and x-axis. Now you can just see here, for y-axis, what is our interval, brother? Our interval is 10. Am I right?
Yes.
For this interval, how many small boxes we took? 20 small boxes. Am I right?
Yes. Yes.
So for this, if you just calculate, this will half. Am I right?
Yes.
So this will be the value for our calculation. So it's very, very important. Likewise, x-axis. What is our regular interval? Our regular interval is 0.5. How many small boxes we took?
20.
20. If you just calculate, this becomes 0.025. Am I right?
Yes.
Oh, sorry. 0.025. Am I right?
Yes. Yes.
Now we are going to fix the value of 46, because if you just fix this 46.5 in the graph, well, it's very, very hard, because here we have 40 and 50. We have to know where our 46.5 is exactly come and sit in these boxes, because in the graph each and every small boxes carries the value. Brother, one box difference is exactly 1 centimeter, and in this one box you have 10 small boxes. Each small boxes carries the value of 1 millimeter. Clear? So when you are about to place the point on the graph sheet, each small box have the value. So you should be very, very careful when you are about to draw the graph. You must use the sharp pencil, because you have to fix the point exactly on the box. Understand?
Yes.
Okay, let's just go for calculation. Now I have to fix this 46.5 as well as 0.67. Understand? I will teach you how to fix some first 4 points. Later on, you will just take a practice. Inshallah, after the class, you will take the practice. Understand, brother?
Yes. Yes. Understand.
Okay, now, first, I have to know what is the value, how I can fix. So, I have to fix 46.5, and for y-axis, what is my x-axis value? 0.67. Am I right? For this
Yes.
46.5, how to make the calculation? 46.5 minus, if you just see the graph, your 46.5 is between these two. Am I right?
Yes.
Yes. Yes.
So what is the lowest value here?
40.
46.5.
So 46.5 minus the lowest value is 40 divided by, you can just see what is the regular interval for our y-axis here, what we calculated just before.
0.5.
0.5. So divided by 0.5. Could you please let me know what is the value? I think you got 13. Just to check.
Okay, I will check.
Yes, 30.
So that means 13 small boxes. 13 small boxes from 40. Because 40 is our lowest value. From 40, you have to fix the point exactly 13 boxes above 40. So if you just see this graph, 40 is here, 40 is here. You can just see, I will just fix the point. Where is the cursor? I'm just checking. Okay, this is our 40. Am I right?
Yes.
Yes.
13 small boxes from 40. That means 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. So here it will be coming. Am I right?
Yes. Yes.
So this location is 46.5, but we have to know for x-axis also. What is our x-axis? What is our x-axis, brother?
0.67.
0 for x-axis calculation, we have to fix this 0.67. So 0.67 minus, if you just see the graph, our x-axis 0.67 is between these two. Am I right? Our 0.67 is between these two. Am I right?
Yes.
Yes.
So what is the lowest here?
0.5.
0.5. So 0.67 minus 0.5 divided by, what is the interval for y-axis, brother?
0.025.
Very good. 0.025. So 0.025. Could you please let me know what's the answer for this?
6.8.
6.8.
Yes.
So I got 6.8 small boxes. So here it is greater than 5. Our 8 is greater than 5. Am I right? So I can just write 7. Am I right or not?
Yes.
So 7 small boxes from 0.5. So if you just see the graph, I have the graph here 0.5. From 0.5, how many boxes? 8 boxes. So it will come here. Am I right or not?
Yes.
What value? We got 7 boxes, not 8 boxes, 7 boxes. So 0.5, how many boxes? 7 boxes. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. It will be coming here. Am I right? It will come here. So now we are going to fix exactly at the location. You can see 7 boxes is here. From 40, 13 boxes. So it will be exactly come here. Am I right?
Yes.
Understand?
Yes. Understand.
Is clear?
Yes,
Yeah.
clear.
Okay. Now we can just go for calculating 4 more readings. So 3 more readings. By the time it will be clear for you. Understand? What is our second value? What is our second value?
56.6.
Okay, 56.6. I get the same value because the interval is exactly the same. So 56.5 minus your 56.5 is between these two. Am I right? Your 56.5 is this between these two. Am I right?
Yes.
So what is the
Yes.
lowest value?
50.
50. So 56.5 minus 50 divided by, what is the value of your y-axis? 0.5. Am I right?
Yes.
If you just
Yes.
calculate it, you will get again 13 small because our interval is same. Am I right? So for y-axis, every time you will get 13 boxes. Clear?
Yes, clear.
Okay.
Yes.
What is your x-axis value? X-axis value 0.81. Am I right?
Yes.
Okay, 0.81. Now let me just see the graph. Your 0.81 is again between these two. Am I right? It's again between these two. What is the lowest again?
0.5.
0.5. So 0.81 minus 0.5 divided by 0.025. So could you please tell me what's the answer?
12.4.
12.4. So it is less than 5. So I can take 12. Am I right?
Yes.
Okay, now you can see x-axis 12 boxes, y-axis 13 boxes. Am I right or not? Now we just go for fixing the value. Y-axis 13 value. So y-axis is 13 from 50, 30. So that means it will come here. Am I right? Am I right or not?
Yes.
From 50, 13 boxes. From 0.5, 12 boxes. Am I right? So it will come here. So if we just fix the value, it will exactly come and sit here. Am I right?
Teacher, I have a question.
Yes, brother.
Must I use this solution?
Better use this solution. You will not get 0 mark for the graph. You will get exactly full mark for the graph.
Okay.
Brother, it's my kind advice. If you follow this method, you will never face any wrong answer from the graph. That's what I spent this entire period for explaining the graph only. Clear?
Yes, it's clear.
Yes, clear.
Okay, now what is our third value? Our third value is 66.5. Am I right?
Yes.
Your 66.5 is exactly between these two. Am I right? This is
Yes.
between these two, am I right? What is the lowest value?
60.
60, very good. So 66.5 minus 60 divided by 0.5 gives you again 13, am I right? If you want, you can check.
Yes.
Okay, for this 66.5, what is our x-axis value? Is exactly 1, am I right?
1. Yes.
No need to go for this calculation. You can see already in the graph we have 1 here. Already in the graph we have 1, am I right? We have 1
Yes.
here, am I right?
Yes.
So we can just exactly fix there. So 13 boxes for y-axis, 13 boxes y-axis, and 1 we have exactly here. So it will come here, am I right? Am I right?
Yes.
Clear?
Yes.
Okay, let's we go for fourth reading. What is our fourth reading? Fourth reading is 76.5.
76.
And your lowest value is 70, am I right?
Yes.
If you just see the graph, 76.5 is between E and 70. So it is between these. So what is the lowest value? Our lowest value is 70. So divided by 0.5 again gives you
The
same value. But let's we go for x-axis. What is our x-axis value? Our x-axis value is 1.19. Am I right?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, so our point is 1.19 is between where? Our 1.19 is between
1.52.
between these two, am I right?
Yes.
So what is the lowest here?
1.
1.
1. Very good. So here 1.19 minus the lowest value is 1 divided by 0.025, which is equal to, could you please let me know the answer?
7.6.
7.6, am I right? So how many small
Yes.
boxes?
8.
8 small boxes. So x-axis boxes, y-axis 7 boxes. So I have to fix. So let's we just know the y-axis value. It will be coming here. Am I right? 13 boxes. The 13 boxes will come here. From
Yes.
1, 8 box. From 1, it is 8 boxes. Am I right or not?
Yes.
So it will come here. 8 boxes. So when you just fix the point, it will exactly come and sit here. Am I right?
Yes.
Okay. Now likewise, you have to do for the remaining values. First fix the point, and then after you finish, you have to connect the points with a straight line. Okay, I just connect with a straight line because I don't have the ruler. Better I can just use my own hand for drawing the line. But you should not draw like this. You have to use the ruler. Clear, brother?
Yes, it's clear.
So your line will be coming like this. You can see out of these 3 points, point is outside the line. So don't worry about these things. Don't worry about this point. Clear? So when you fix the point, when you just fix the point, after you connect the points with a straight line, some points will be exactly on the line. Some points will be a little bit away from the line. So if it is away from the line, please don't worry.
Okay.
Clear? Now, with the help of this point, I am going to calculate the slope value. What is the formula for slope? What is the formula for slope? What is the formula for slope?
Delta x over
Delta y, not x, delta y over delta x. Am I right? So which is equal to, it is generally, it says x, y over x. Am I right?
Yes.
Am I right?
Yeah.
So, okay. In y-axis, what we took? We took x2 minus x1. Right?
Yes.
In y-axis, what we took? X2 minus x1. Am I right?
Yes.
What you took in the x-axis? T square. Am I right?
It's
So my
Yes.
x-axis is t square. My y-axis is this, and we know the formula for the slope because it is delta y over delta x. That is nothing but y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. Understand?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. Now you can just see, I'm going to pick any 2 points, brother. Here I have 1 on the line, and then I think that this point, for example, you can take this point is exactly sitting on the line. You can choose any 2 points on the straight line. Okay, so for example, I will choose these 2 points. I will choose these 2 points. Understand? Now I am going to write. So that means this point is x2 comma y2. Am I right?
Yes.
This value is y1 comma x1 comma y1. Am I right? Okay, now I'm going to substitute the value here. What is the value of y2, brother? What is the value of y2 here? My y2 value is 76.5. Am I right?
Yes.
What is the value of y1? My y1 value is 56.5. Am I right?
Yeah.
Divided by, you can take this value from the table itself. No need to measure anything, everything from the graph, because these 2 points is already on the table. That's why I take the value exactly from the table. So corresponding y2, what is your x2 value for this? You can see the table. You can see the table for 76.5. What is my y-axis value?
1.19.
Very good. So 1.19. What is the value of x1?
0.81.
0.81. Am I right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, 0.81. Could you please calculate and let me know the value?
52.63.
52.63, and the most important thing is the unit. What is the unit for y-axis? My unit for y-axis is centimeter. What is the unit for x-axis? Times square. That means second square. Am I right?
Yes.
Yes.
Now we have to give the answer in terms of meter. So we already studied in our chapter 1. If you want to convert the centimeter to meter, you have to divide by 100. Am I right?
Yes.
Yes.
So if you divide this number, what you will get? This becomes 0.5263. Unit is meter per second square.
Second square.
Clear? So our slope answer is this. So what is our slope from the equation? So this is our slope. Am I right?
Yes.
So for this x2 minus x1 over t square, what we got? We got 0.5263. Clear?
63.
Clear?
Yes.
Okay, now if you just see the experiment paper, the main equation will be given in your exam paper. What is our main equation? If you just see, this is our main equation. This equation will be given in your paper. Clear? So now what you are going to find, you can just read the objective. What we are going to find?
Graph G.
G value. So you have to use this equation for our data analysis. So I have to use this equation for calculating the G value. Understand?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, let's just go for our data analysis. So here I'm going to write the data analysis. Actually, you have to write the data analysis here. You have to write the data analysis here. Understand? So this place is given for calculating the data analysis. But inshallah, whatever the things I write it here is just for the explanation purpose. When you are about to calculate the data analysis, you have to write the data analysis below the data analysis. Understand?
Yes, understood.
Okay, I can just write it here. What is our data analysis? I can just write here data analysis. What is the equation? The equation is given as x2 minus x1, which is equal to half
Half G.
g sine theta t square. Am I right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
So we are going to find the acceleration due to gravity g. So you have to rearrange this equation. Therefore, my g, which is equal to 2 multiplied by x2 minus x1 over sine theta t square. Am I right?
T square. Yes.
So okay, what is this x2 minus x1 over t square, brother?
You find the
What is x2
Slope.
minus x1?
0.
It is our slope.
0.5.
It is our slope. Am I right? So how I can just write these things here? G, which is equal to 2 multiplied by slope value divided by sine theta of t sine theta. That's it, because x2 minus x1 over t square is the slope. Am I right? Okay, now we are going to substitute the value. What is the value of slope? 2 multiplied by, what is the value of slope? 0.5263. Am I right?
0. Yes.
0.5263. So I have to write 0.5263. And what is the theta value? sine of, I already give the theta value in the first table. What is our theta value?
5.73.
5.73 degrees. So I have to write 5.73 degree. Could you please calculate and let me know the answer? Therefore, G, which is equal to, calculate these things. Your answer must be in degree, brother, degree. When you are about to use the calculator, the answer must be in degree.
$10.54.
Okay, what we got?
54 degree.
How it is degree, brother? You have to take the answer in terms of degree, but unit is not degree. It's a value of G. Clear?
Yeah.
Okay, so 10.54. What's the unit? Meter per
Second.
second square. Okay, what is the actual value of G? What is the actual value of G?
9.8.
9.81 meter per second square. Am I right? What value you got?
10.54.
So your value is exactly closer to 9.81. Am I right?
Yes.
So
Yes.
now, after you finish these things, we have to go for error percentage calculation. The error percentage calculation formula is given. Now you have to calculate your error percentage. Error percentage, which is equal to absolute value of G experiment. What is your G experiment? What value you got? What value we got?
10.54.
10.54.
10.54. So I have to write it here. So 10.54 minus actual value of, what is our actual value of G? 9.81. Am I right?
Yes.
Yes.
Divided by 9.81 absolute value multiplied by 100. Could you please tell me what's the answer? What's the answer? I'm waiting for the answer.
7.44%.
7.44%. Clear, brother? When you just go for calculating the error percentage, it should be between 0 to 20%. You get my point?
Yes.
So if it is more than 20%, your answer is wrong. So here, what is our value? What is our value, brother? That means it is exactly between these two, am I right? So our value is
Yes.
acceptable.
Yes.
Understand?
Yes,
Yes.
understand.
So in physics experiments, generally we will consider up to 20%. We will consider if your error percentage is up to 20%, we will consider your answer. If it is more than 20%, you will do. I think you make some mistake to record the value. Do you get my point?
Yes. Yes.
Okay. Now after you finish these things, you have to write the source of error. What is the source of error, brother? Because here we will not exactly get 0%. How many percentage we got? 7.44% we got. Am I right? If it is
Yes.
0%, our value is exactly 9.81. Am I right or not?
Yes.
So our value is not exactly 9.81 because we got 10.54. So what is the source of error? Where the error will come? Actually, the error is exactly coming from the measurement of the displacement. Am I right?
Yes.
You can see the table. You can see the table. You measure x2 minus x1. Am I right?
Yeah.
And also you measure the time. Am I right?
Yes.
And also you measure the angle. Am I right?
Yes.
So if you made any mistake here, it will affect your answer. Understand? So writing the source of error, you can see the table. From the first table, we calculate the theta. So theta is also one of the source of error. And the second table, we measure x2 minus x1, which is nothing but our displacement. And also we calculate the time, because from the time we calculate the time square. Am I right or not? So 3 parameters. So you can write your source of error exactly from the table. No need to write, because some students, they will write human error, calculator error, eye error. Sometimes the students, they will write like this. Please try to avoid these things. You have to give the answer based on the physics point of view. Understand, brother?
Oh, yes. Yes, I understand.
So you can write this source of error exactly from the table. Just have a look at the table. What are the things you measured? So in the first table, we measured theta. So theta is one of the error. If you made any mistake in the theta, then your answer will be different. Am I right?
Yes.
Likewise, when you just calculate this x2 minus x1, if you made any x2 minus x1 answer is wrong, then your answer will be a little different, because you can see the difference here. We got a 10.54. What is the actual value of G? What is the actual value of G? So here actual value of G is 9.81, but what value we got?
10.5.
So that means we got 7.44% of error based on these three parameters. Based on these three parameters. Clear?
Yes, it's clear.
Yes.
Okay. After you finish these things, you have to write the conclusion. What we find? We find the acceleration due to gravity. Am I right? Acceleration. You have to write like this. Acceleration due to gravity. G. Which is equal to, what is your answer? 10.54 meter per second square. Clear? So you have to write like this. We will give 1 mark for this. Yes, brother.
Is our answer is right or wrong?
Of course, because it is closer to 9.81. It is acceptable.
So it's between 0 and 20%.
Error percentage must be up to 0 to 20%, but your G value we will consider from 8.5 to 11. Up to 11 we will consider.
Okay.
Clear? But for our case right now we got 10.54, so it is acceptable.
All right.
Clear? Clear, brother?
So I will take the full mark.
You will get 10 out of 10. If you write like this, you will get 10 out of 10.
Okay.
Clear, brother? Graph is clear?
Yeah, it's clear.
Brother, please follow this method. For the remaining experiment, you will get 10 out of 10 for sure. Because we will never allow the student to draw the graph from the class. Because we are in a very critical situation regarding the COVID-19. So we are already announced from the chairman, we have to send the student very quickly. So once you come to the lab, the teacher will explain how to measure the reading, how to find the reading. Once you just fill this table, you should leave the lab. Understand?
Yeah.
So and then in your home, you have to draw the graph. You have to calculate this data analysis. You have to write this error, the percentage, source of error, conclusion, and then what you have to do, you have to take so you just scan your paper and then take a paper in the PDF form and then attach through Blackboard. Send us through Blackboard. Clear?
Yes.
Clear, brother? Everything is recorded. You can find the recorded video in the Blackboard. And the most important thing, for the graph sheet, buy a separate graph booklet from Jerry. Graph booklet is available in the Jerry. Better buy a booklet. Understand?
Yes.
Yes.
Clear? Any other question from your side?
Thank you.
Thank you.
Is it clear now? Brother, I will not teach you this graph again. You should be very, very careful. If you have any doubts, please open the video. Just have a look.
I have one question.
Yes, brother, please.
We switch to from centimeter to meter because international.
Yes, right, because we are following SI unit, MK system.
Okay.
We have to convert. We have to convert the centimeter to meter. Otherwise, if you are not convert this, what should be your what should be the value of D? It should be comes in terms of hundreds. Am I right?
Yeah. Right.
So we have to convert this value in terms of centimeter to meter.
Okay.
Clear?
Clear.
Any other question?
Yes, teacher. Do we have to use the same interval for X and Y?
Brother, you can use any interval. You can use any. For example, here I choose.
I mean, if X, Y, two big boxes.
Okay, very good. For example, x-axis we choose the interval of 0.5. Am I right?
No, I mean two big boxes. The same for X.
If you want to take 2 boxes or if you want to take 3 boxes, no issue. But when you just go for 3 boxes, you should be very, very careful about this calculation. If you just go for 3 boxes, you can see the left hand side. How many boxes we took here?
No, I mean they should be the same for X and Y.
Brother, listen carefully. Take the boxes in your hand. If you want to take 2 boxes in x-axis, 2 boxes in y-axis, no issue. Suppose if you want to take 3 boxes in x-axis, 2 boxes in y-axis, no problem. Your answer is right.
Okay.
Clear? But when you just go for taking the 3 boxes, you have to change this here. What is the value here? Here we take 2 boxes, that's what I put 20. If you take 3 boxes, this becomes 30.
So they shouldn't be the same.
It should not be the same, because if you put 30, then this value will change. Then when you just go for this calculation, wherever you have this value, you have to change. Understand?
Yes.
Clear?
Clear.
But the most important thing, while you just draw the graph, follow the regular interval. Because if you just see the graph, I just maintain the same interval for x-axis and same interval for y-axis. What is my y-axis interval? My y-axis interval is 10. You can see the difference between each 2 number gives you the same value.
Yeah.
Clear? So follow the regular interval. That's what I just write it here clearly. In y-axis, I follow 10 regular interval. In x-axis, I follow 0.5 interval. When you just find out the individual value of this, you have to divide your interval by the number of small boxes. You will get this value for this calculation. Clear?
Yes.
Any other question?
Can I take any two points that I want?
Any 2 points for the slope, am I right?
Yeah, I mean for the slope.
Yes, you can choose any two. For example, here I choose these 2 points. Suppose if you want to choose these points, no problem. You can just see here. Suppose if you want to choose these 2 points, no problem. It is acceptable.
Okay.
Clear? Any 2 points on the line, but please don't choose the point which is away from the line.
All right.
If the point, for example, you can see that our first point is away from the line. Am I right?
Yeah.
You should not use this point. You should not use this point. If you are using this, it is wrong, because this point is not exactly sitting on the line.
I have to take 2 points from the line.
From the line, better. It is my advice. Choose the point exactly from the table. Then your calculation will be very easy.
Okay.
Clear? Because here in this calculation, I take the value exactly from the table, 76.5, and related x-axis value is 1.19. My 56.5 y-axis is related with 0.81 x-axis value. Clear?
Clear.
So any other question, brother? I think right now we have 10 students in a class. If you have any doubts, please clear your doubts. Inshallah, next week we will come to the lab only for doing the experiment, not for drawing the graph. I think here 10 students, Abdurrahman, 2 Abdurrahman, Anas, Huzam, Musa, Mugrim, Omar, Saeed, Salim, Walid. Is it clear for you?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes.
Clear.
Very good, brother. Please follow this method. You will, for sure, you will get 10 out of 10. I'm just giving my full guarantee for you. If you just draw everything perfectly, I'm ready to give 10 out of 10.
Teacher, I have a question.
Yes, brother.
In the quiz, when you write the table,
Quiz?
we will find the TS or
Which quiz,
you
brother?
will give it
Which quiz you are saying?
the midterm.
You mean midterm for practical?
Yes.
There is no practical for midterm practical, only final.
Okay.
Quizzes and final.
Brother, quizzes, that means you will write 2 quizzes for theory only. Final exam is only for practical.
Okay.
There is no midterm practical, so don't worry.
Okay.
Clear? That's it. Shall we close the section?
Do we have to graph all the points?
Yes, of course, because whatever the points you have on the paper, for example, if you just see these things, for example, if you just see these things, how many points we have here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 10 points you have to show in your graph.
And
I
take
have
it
to
only
graph it all.
Yes, because here this is our classes. Just for the explanation purpose, I will just show only 4 readings. But when you are about to submit a paper, you have to mention all the values from the table on the graph sheet.
Okay.
Clear? Brother, don't skip any points. Even if the is outside the line, please don't erase it. Just show everything.
Okay, okay.
Clear? Understand?
Yes,
Yeah.
clear.
Yes,
Okay,
yes.
brother. Okay.
For example,
Regarding the discussion class, inshallah, you will just tell me one convenient time. I will just make that time for our discussion of our lab class. Better, you can just use one time after Isha prayer.
Inshallah.
Isha prayer.
Isha, after Isha, you will be very free, and I also will free. So by the time, if you have any doubts regarding your practical drawing the graph or calculating everything, if you just have any doubts, by the time we will discuss.
Okay.
Inshallah.
Clear? Okay, I think one student, they asked the question. May I know what's the question? Excuse me, I think someone, they asked the question. Hello?
It's all clear.
It's all clear, then it's okay. Okay, brother, inshallah, you can find the video in the blackboard, so you can just download and just have a look when you are about to draw the graph. Understand?
Yes, yes. Thank you, teacher.
Most welcome, brother, most welcome. Inshallah, we will meet you on next week. Better come with whatever the things I need, just bring it, okay? The most important thing, pencil, eraser, sharpener. And the most important thing, your experiment paper. And the most important thing, proper dress code. And the most important thing, the precautionary measures. You have to come to the lab with the proper precautionary measures. Mask, glove, everything. We will provide the glove, no problem, because we already discussed with our chairman. We will provide the glove for you.
Thank you.
If you want to make a face shield, I think in the market face shield is available for 16 real only, 16 to 20 real. So if you want to make more safety, you can buy from your side.
All right.
Okay, you know what is face shield, brother? Do you know what is face shield?
What is?
Face shield. You know what is face shield?
Oh, yes, yes.
This one. Okay. You can see this person is wearing mask as well as he is wearing the face shield. If you need, you can buy it. I think in the market is 16 real or 20 real. I think so.
Okay.
Clear? Safer side. Better be on safer side. That will be good for both sides. For better good for both you and me. Clear?
Yes.
Inshallah.
Okay, brother. Thank you so much. Inshallah, we will meet on next week.
Thank you.
Thank you, teacher.
Thank you so much.